And we're back with another YouTube video. Gonna talk about Raw, SmackDown, NXT 205, Lucha Underground. Let me just do. Um. All right, here we go. So Raw started with a look back at Hell in a Cell, where Brock attacked everybody. Then we get Roman coming out there talking about how he's still champ, which, duh. Braun talking about how he wants to beat Brock first and then go after Roman. And then we get Baron Corbin coming out there and saying how we're going to have a triple threat in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia show is called Crown Jewel. So, yay. So it'll be Roman, Braun, and Brock in a triple threat for the Universal title in Saudi Arabia. And Baron Corbin also says the main event's going to be me versus Roman for the Universal title, which was like, yay? Like, I don't know. It was stupid. So next we get Ziggler versus McIntyre, and McIntyre wins. It was like Ziggler. What did I say, Ziggler? McIntyre versus Ambrose, and McIntyre wins because Ambrose was about to get counted out, and then slides back in the ring, and then gets hit with a Claymore kick. So that was a good match. Wasn't great, but it was good. Chad Gable versus Victor. Chad Gable wins because of course he does, because it's Victor, the Degenerate Jobbers. Anyway, Undertaker coming out saying, basically says Kane's gonna be in his corner, Shawn Michaels is gonna be in Triple H's corner, set up for that DX versus Brothers of Destruction match that nobody wants to see because it's 2018. Then we get Bayley versus Dana Brooke. Bayley wins because, again, Dana Brooke, another jobber. So there you go. Authors of Pain with Drake Maverick, and they squashed some jobbers. IC title match, Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler. Seth Rollins retains, and they were both injured from Hell in a Cell, but Seth Rollins retained. The Riot Squad come out and ruin Ronda's open challenge, because Ronda doesn't open challenge Natalya's music hits. The Riot Squad attack Natalya, which is why the Bellas are teaming up with Ronda as opposed to Ronda teaming up with Natalya, which would have made more sense. But hey, they wanted to get the Bellas on the Australia show, so there you go. So yeah. Then we get Bobby Lashley versus Elias. Leo Rush is Bobby Lashley's new manager. So that was cool. And Elias beats Elias beats Lashley because of DQ, because Kevin Owens comes out and attacks Bobby, which is why we're getting John Cena and Lashley in Australia against Kevin Owens and Elias, because I'm sure they're going to do something where like Bobby Lashley might team up with Leo Rush against Kevin and Elias, and then Leo loses, and then we get John Cena. I don't know if we're going to see John Cena on Raw before he goes to Australia, but maybe. Mickie James and Alicia Fox versus Ember Moon and Nia Jax. Ember Moon and Nia Jax win. And we get Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns wins because, of course, he's Roman Reigns. He doesn't lose a lot. He loses sometimes, but he doesn't lose a lot. Then we go to SmackDown. Night kicks off with Miz interviewing Maurice, which is basically just a setup for Daniel Bryan to come out. Daniel Bryan comes out, beats up Miz, and knocks Miz into Maurice like twice. Kofi versus Cesaro. Cesaro wins with a neutralizer. Cesaro hasn't won a match with a neutralizer in what? A month? Maybe? I don't know. Probably longer than that. Anyway, that was a good back and forth match. Rusev versus Shinsuke. Shinsuke wins because Aiden English distracts Rusev, even though he didn't try to, I guess, but it happened anyway. And then Aiden English turns heel, so Rusev is just going to squash Aiden English. That's all that's going to happen. Andrade versus AJ. AJ wins. And AJ could be champion for longer than CM Punk if they wanted him to be, because he's getting there. So, yeah. Yeah.
Coming out pretty good out there. We'll get something.
All right. All right. So next match we get. Oh, well, not next match. We're on to NXT now. NXT. The main event was Pete Dunne versus Ricochet. Main event ended in a no contest because the Undisputed Era came out and interfered. Because of course they would, and I wasn't really expecting them to be a double champion on a regular NXT TV. Maybe in a takeover, and they do this title match, title v title again. Then we also get Jackson Riker, aka Gunner, versus Jobber. Gunner wins because of course he does. Dakota Kai, Deonna Purrazzo versus Lacey Evans and Aaliyah. Lacey Evans and Aaliyah win. So yeah, that was NXT. It was a okay show. It was solid, nothing too bad. We could have looked at the Young Classic too. So 205 Live. First match was TJP versus Lince Dorado. TJP wins because he pulls off Lince's mask and rolls him up. We don't see Lince's face because Lince's got his hand over his face. But we do see that Lince does not have any hair on his head. So that's one thing we know about Lince that we didn't know before. Not that we needed to know what Lince's face or what his head looked like, but we know now. That was a good match too. TJP, Cedric versus Drew Gulak. Cedric wins and retains the title, so he'll be champion going into the Australia Super Show, and he fights Buddy Murphy at that show. So I will do predictions for that show next week. No, October. In October, not next week. In October. All right, now let me go to Mae Young Classic, and then I'll go to Lucha Underground after because this is WWE talk, so I talk all the WWE stuff first. Obviously, at least I should. Usually I do. Sometimes I'll throw something else in there, like a MLW or a Progress show. MLW in Progress. Those are great shows. You should go watch those as well as watching WWE. You should watch Indies, period, because Indies are great. Anyway, Mae Young Classic started with the return of Caitlyn, former Divas champion Caitlyn. She was in WWE back in 2010. I don't know when she came in, but I know she was there like 2012, 2012, 2013. I think she came in 2013, 2014. Or is that when she left? Either way, Caitlyn wins. They should re-sign Caitlyn. They probably won't. It's probably just a one-off, and then Caitlyn will go back to doing whatever she was doing. And I say that because I have no idea what Caitlyn was doing before she came back for the Mae Young Classic. Jenny versus Toni Storm. They're both good wrestlers from Progress, so go check that out. Toni Storm wins. Toni Storm's a better wrestler than Jenny, though. I'll say that much. Karen Q versus Xia Li. Xia Li? I don't know. Karen Q wins. Karen Q's a wrestler from the women's division in Ring of Honor. Women of Honor, as they're so called. That was an okay match. Mia Yim versus Allison Kay. Mia Yim is like best friends with Shelton Benjamin, also dating Keith Lee. So Mia Yim wins this match against Allison Kay, and her next fight is going to be against Caitlyn in the round 2. I don't know why. All right. So Lucha Underground starts with Phoenix versus Aerostar. Phoenix wins and then beats up Melissa Santos. Doesn't do that. He pushes her down again and gets in her face. So then Dragon Azteca comes out to try and calm down Phoenix, but Phoenix just came back from the dead, so he's all crazy or whatever. So then Dragon Azteca gets attacked by Phoenix. Phoenix attacks him. Then Marty the Moth comes out, challenges him for the Gift of the Gods Championship. Yeah, well, Antonio Cueto was about to forfeit the title, make him forfeit the title. Dragon Azteca gets up and says, "No." So then we get that match. Marty the Moth wins. He wins the Gift of the Gods Championship. This is not the last time you will see Marty the Moth this night or this show. And then Paul London, we get a segment with Paul London and Kevin Cross. Paul London gets summoned by the White Rabbit, Kevin Cross. Kevin Cross basically says he has nothing to do with the fact that you lost 2 of your members, like Kevin, because Paul London was like, I sacrificed 2 of my Rabbit Tribe members because I thought that's what you wanted me to do. And then Kevin Cross was like, Temple? What is this temple you speak of? We must go there. So Kevin Cross is going to go to the Lucha Underground Temple with Dark Mascarita Sangrata, which his name is actually The Bunny, like El Bunny, which is The Bunny, translated from Spanish. Pentagon Dark versus who again? Oh, King Cuerno and Mil Muertes. Pentagon Dark wins. This match was kind of quick, like 10 minutes or so. And we found out why, because Mil Muertes came out, attacked Pentagon Dark, and Cueto came out there and said, you can cash in the championship, Gift of Gods Championship, whenever you want, which is why he paid him all that money. And so we get Marty the Moth winning not only the Gift of the Gods Championship that night, but also being Lucha Underground champion. And also Chelsea Green debuts in like some kind of black onesie. I don't know. It was cool. He looked great. So, yeah, that was Raw SmackDown, NXT 205, Mae Young Classic, and Lucha Underground. 6 shows in 15 minutes. So, see you guys next week. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, I forgot about Charlotte and Becky. Charlotte and Becky were the main event segment of SmackDown. Charlotte attacks Becky. Then Becky gets the upper hand, puts her in the disarmer, hit her back exploder on her. Becky's walking up the ramp with the championship on her shoulder. Charlotte's standing there looking all, or not standing there. She's like laying on the mat or whatever, looking all depressed or sad or whatever. Okay, now that's everything. Almost missed that. All right, so see you guys next week. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.